Well, I welcome anybody that's there right now. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm Paul Richardson, and I've been on doing a bunch of stuff on YouTube for quite a while. So, what I'm going to do for you tonight is just play some of the most viewed tunes that I did on YouTube. And if you request something, I'll check it out. Welcome. Hey, Will, how's it going, man? Zask the Real. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. This is a tune by The Emotions. Pretty song. That was not it. Okay, here we go. R.A. Wallace. How you doing, man? Good to hear from you. Great to see you. Zask, thank you very much. Will, thank you. Here's a tune by, what's his face? Lionel Richie. Yeah, here we go. called Love Will Conquer All. And that's so true. I got a lot of requests for this one song, and it's probably one of the easiest songs to learn. It was so popular, I actually even put a lead sheet out on it while I was playing it on YouTube. So keyboard players, they had requested it and they wanted to be able to jam this song. And it's a great jamming tune. It's a tune by the late, great George Duke. He passed away pretty recently. He was one of my idols, and I really loved the way he played. He was not as popular as some of the keyboard players out there, but he was on everybody else's albums. He played with Frank Zappa, Cannonball Adderley, a bunch of jazz guys, a bunch of rock guys. Great guy, great player. It's a tune called "It's On," and it's just pretty much a jam with maybe four chord progressions in the whole thing. Here it goes. goofed on me. Anyway, welcome, Marcia. Glad you're here. Hope everything's okay with you. Missing all of you. Missing seeing people. But it's good texting. I mean, words, I can put faces to the words. Zask the Real, I really appreciate you being here. Student piano. I'm going to do a tune by Journey. It's a beautiful rock ballad called Foolish Hearts. The lead vocalist for Journey, Steve Perry, I mean, he idolized Sam Cooke, the late, great Sam Cooke, to the extent that when you walked into his mansion, there was a gigantic, like 6 foot by 8 foot portrait of Sam Cooke on the wall when you walk in. I mean, that's how much he really loved that guy. And rightfully so. But you can actually hear it in his voice. If you listen to a Sam Cooke tune and then you turn around and listen to a Journey tune, you will definitely hear his influence. So it's a tune called Foolish Hearts. Why, thank you. The Woman in Blue, 7. Now here's a tune by a saxophone player. Great. All these people are, well, I'm not going to say they're all dead, but quite a few. Well, this Grover Washington Jr., excellent saxophonist, smooth jazz kind of guy. Oh, wait a minute. No, I was going to do something else first. Well, I'll go on and do him. I already talked about him. So here we go. It's a tune called Make Me a Memory. Nice tune. still raining out there. I'm up in Seattle, so it's raining like crazy. It was raining like crazy anyway, which is fine. We need it. Better than snow. Ain't better than sun though. Ain't no sunshine. Ain't nothing better than sun. Hope everybody's safe and sound, comfortable, sitting by a fire. That would really be cool, right? Rainy night in Georgia. Wow. Wow. You know, I don't know that. Because it's one of those songs where you're like, it's really a great vocal song, but you know I don't sing. I mean, I used to, like, when I used to call the dinosaurs in for food. That was back in the day, you know. But I don't sing anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna check into that. I'm gonna see if I can really translate that to keyboards. That's a good idea. I really appreciate that. R.A. Wallace, I know who you are. So I definitely will. Rainy night in Georgia, great idea. And here's one that's by the Doobie Brothers, and we'll see if you recognize it. And I'll tell you the name of it afterwards. you heard me saying, oh, I'm busted. See, that's how long you've known me. Wow. First, I thought you were asking for a Bill medley, and then I realized what you were talking about. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Wow. That was when I played the Black Angus circuits and all that stuff. That's funny. What was that? You never close up. See, I can't even do it. I'm not even going there. I mean, I'll probably take the internet down when I start singing it so bad. True Hacker Man, hi. Welcome. Here is a sad song. It's a beautiful song. It's called Everything Must Change. And let's hope it does. How many years have I been playing piano? You know, I'm self-taught. I'll give you a quick, short bio. Self-taught. My brother and my sister were classically trained. And I was the baby. And they were classically trained. And when they got old enough to decide whether they wanted to keep going or not, they both went, no, I don't want to play anymore. I don't like the piano anymore. I'm like, so when I came along, they went, well, no more piano lessons for anybody. You're going to be a drummer. So they gave me drum lessons for 10 years. And the whole time they were teaching me drums, I was teaching the kid across the street. His name was Billy Stubblefield. I was teaching him how to play the drums. And I was teaching myself how to play the piano. And basically what I'd do, I'd turn on the radio and just play whatever came on the radio. Lucky for me, it was like KJR, and all they played was like rock and boogie woogie and stuff. And you heard, you know, Fats Domino. That's how old I am, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so what happened was, what was funny was when the World Fair came to Seattle, I was entered in the talent show. And my grandparents, who were paying for the drum lessons and all that, they came to the talent show, and the winner won a trip to the World's Fair with, you know, all day, all pass, play, you know, go everywhere. And so they come to the talent show, and they sit down. They're sitting there, and they're watching, and they call my name, and I walk out. I walk past the drum set, which kind of shocked them a little bit. And Billy comes out, sits down at the drum set, and I walk over and I sit down at the piano, and we played some kind of, you know. You know, some kind of boogie woogie stuff. Anyway, we won the talent show, and they said, yeah, that was real good, but no more drum lessons. But they turned around, they didn't give me any new you know, any piano lessons anyway. So I kept on teaching myself how to play, and that's where I am right now. So I've been playing a long time. How many years playing? I started when I was 5, so let's say over 50 years, over 60 years. Let's say over 60 years, and I should be much better than I am right now. But I had to work for a living and feed my babies, pay bills, keep the man off my back on bills. And then I had to go in the Army for a little while too during Vietnam. It was during Vietnam and all that stuff, you know. So I mean, I did a whole bunch of rock stuff too. So it was cool. Anyway, enough about me. Let's play something pretty. Here we go. Called Everything Must Change. Yeah, the true hacker man. I started to learn 3 years ago in music. Well, yeah, in school they only teach classical, but the thing is, if you learn how to, I mean, I had to teach. I taught myself to read music probably after I had already been playing. Wow, I must have been playing at least 15 years before I started learning how to read and figure out, um, the music theory and the notes and the way that happened was I was in all these bands, all these funk jazzy funky bands back then, and nobody. I called it making up songs. They called it writing songs. Well, if I wasn't writing it down, it was to me it was I was just making up songs. I mean, I tell the guys what I wanted them to play, and the chords I wanted them to play. I just sounded out. Do this, and I go, do that or do this or do this, play that kind of chord. They go, oh, yeah. And luckily for me, the guys that were in my band went to very high-profile music schools, Cornish School of Music, New York University, all those places. And they go, oh, that's a C raised 9, or that's a, whatever. And I go, well, why is that called that? And they would explain to me why. And that's where I learned intervals about, stuff and all that. And then you learn the progression. 1 6 2 5. About probably 85% of all the ballads ever written, rock, country, I don't care, jazz, they all have that. That they got. That's all the same thing, or that's the same progression. All that is 1 6 2 5. And the thing is, if you learn how to read music, then you can go anywhere you want. I mean, let them teach you classical music. You're learning the notes. Now pick up a jazz book and play the jazz tunes, and you'll start figuring that out. The thing to learn is after you learn how to read the notes, then learn how to then figure out theory, jazz theory, the progressions, what works, what doesn't work, and actually everything works. It's the amount of time you stay on it. If you're playing a chord, now normally this doesn't work. Well, that doesn't work. But if you only stay on it a minute and go to the right chord, then it works. It sounds okay. It's the amount of time you stay on it. It's all how somebody's ear perceives something. So, anyway, that's my quick little thing on what the way I perceive music. I don't know, but my teacher said that before learning jazz, I should learn. Nah, right? If to me, before you learn jazz, learn blues. If you learn the blues, because ragtime is just a different form of jazz. Ragtime is jazz, but the blues is like the grandfather of all of it. Blues is the grandfather of jazz, rock, R&B, soul, country, western. All of it comes from the blues. And that's a reality. And I think your teacher would agree with me if you said that. Yeah, I don't think he could make an argument out of that, because blues is pretty much the root of all of it. Anyway, enough of that mess too. Okay, let me move on to something. Here's a tune I did by Al Jarreau. And what was really cool about it was the guy that wrote it emailed me after he heard me play it on what was it? He heard me play it on YouTube, and he said I really did it justice. So that was pretty cool. And yes, the woman in blue, she's my coach out there let me know what I need to be doing. So I'll be quiet and go back to playing music. Here we go. I wish I knew where 51.06 was. I don't, it goes by me. Thanks, Doug. Let's do some Earth, Wind, and Fire. Thank you, Marcia. Oh, that's funny. My a moderator, the Night Pod, sends messages. That's cute. That's the first time I've seen that. So it doesn't like emojis. Wow. Or poop. poop. It says stop spamming symbols. Wow, that's a trip. That's a new one. Huh. So let's see. I probably got time for one more. Oh, I know what I'll do. For one more, it's perfect. Actually, I played with the guy that originally sang this song, and I don't even remember his name, but here it is. You'll recognize the tune. Thank you, Max Bugs. Thank you all for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed it. Remind you, I'll be playing tomorrow from noon to 1. And then I'll be back here again on the day after that. what's today? Anyway, it's on my schedule. Check it out, please. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. You guys have a great night.